Good evening everyone, how are you all? Hope you're fine. Today we're going to be talking about the global financial crisis. So, what is the GFC? The global financial crisis, also known as the GFC, refers to the period of extreme stress in the global financial marketing and banking system between the mid-2007 and early 2009. During the GFC, a downturn in the U.S. housing market was a catalyst for the financial crisis that spread in the United States to the rest of the world through linkages in the global financial system. Many banks around the world incurred large losses and relied on government support to support bankruptcy. Millions of people lost their jobs as major advanced economies experienced the deepest recession since the Great Depression in the 1930s. Recovery from the crisis was also slower than the past recessions that were not associated with the financial crisis. Who caused the GFC? The catalysts for the GFC were falling U.S. house prices and rising number of borrowers unable to repay their loans. House prices in the United States peaked around mid-2006, coinciding with a rapid rising supply of newly built houses in some area. What are the impacts of GFC? Affected by the GFC, Australia total merchandise trade decreased by 11.6% in 2009 and experienced the first fall in exports since 1964 to 65. Exports fell by 27.4 billion or 12.2% to 196.9 billion from their record peak in the 2009 of 224.3 billion. Who is to blame for the GFC? For both American and European economists, the main culprit of the crisis financial regulation supervision, a score of 4.3 for the American panel and 4.4 for the European one. Key aspects of the GFC: excessive risk-taking in a favorable macroeconomic environment. In the years leading to the GFC, economic conditions in the United States and other countries were favorable. Economic growth was strong and stable, and rates of inflation, unemployment, and interest were relatively low in this environment. House prices grew strong. Increases borrowing by banks and investors. In the lead to GFC, banks and other investors in the United States abroad borrowed increasingly amounts and expanded their lending and purchased MBS products, borrowing money to purchase an asset. U.S. housing fell, borrowers missed repayments. The catalyst for the GFC were falling U.S. house prices and rising number of borrowers unable to repay loans. Houses prices in the United States peaked around mid-2006, coincidentally with a rapid rising supply of newly built houses in some area. Thank you for listening. I hope you have learned something from my presentation. Bye!